As one of the most easily recognizable creatures in mythology, phoenixes enjoy a positive reputation as benevolent creatures that symbolize immortality and shedding burdens by refreshing one's outlook on life. But in Dungeons & Dragons, phoenixes have a very different reputation. If you see one, you'll probably die screaming. Welcome back to A Compendium of Monsters. It's Phoenix Week. Before we continue, burn that subscribe button, but be careful of the screen. You may need this later. Phoenixes are challenge level 16, and like any 16-year-old, it's a bad idea to let them use your car. These gargantuan elementals have an armor class of 18, average hit points of 175, a speed of 20 feet, a flying speed of 120 feet, and dark vision out to 60 feet. Phoenixes resist all damage from non-magical weapons. They are immune to fire damage, poison damage, and the following conditions: exhausted, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, restrained, and stun. I'm all for not metagaming, but if I see you use fire against a fucking god firebird, I'll suggest you get your brain checked. Phoenixes have the flyby ability, meaning a phoenix will not trigger attacks of opportunity when flying out of an enemy's reach. I'm shocked. Who would have thought the bird composed entirely of fire would take opportunity attacks? In case you forgot fire was bright, phoenixes have the illumination ability, which allows them to shed bright light out in a 60-foot radius and dim light out an additional 30 feet. What the Hold on a second. A phoenix can easily see out to 90 feet in total darkness, but for some reason has dark vision out to 60 feet? Why? Just why? Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, if you ever thought you were useless, you could be dark vision on a phoenix. As phoenixes are elder elementals, it's only fitting they have 3 daily uses of the Legendary Resistance ability. Legendary Resistance allows a creature to choose whether or not it succeeds on a saving throw. Banishment? Haven't heard of her. Phoenixes have the oh-so-shockingly named Fire Form ability. Fire Form allows a phoenix to do several things. First, a phoenix can fit its gargantuan body through a space as small as 1 inch without squeezing. Squeezing would make the phoenix have disadvantage to attack rolls and dexterity saving throws while having its movement speed. Just when you thought you were safe in your house, oh it's a firebird, I'm dead! I have a sneaking feeling phoenixes aren't very stealthy. Somehow, all the surprised screams of people facing imminent death would wake the entire village, town, city, whatever. Next, Fire Form causes the phoenix to deal an average of 5 fire damage to any creature within 5 feet of it, or any creature that strikes it with a melee attack in that range. I hope you invested in polearms! The first time a phoenix enters a creature's space on a given turn, that creature is also subjected to fire damage. Maybe consider bringing some fire resistance. Last, Fire Form allows a phoenix to ignite any item it touches, provided the items are not worn or carried. If Fire Form cooled you off, when a phoenix dies or is killed, it immediately forces creatures within a 60-foot radius to make a dexterity saving throw against an average of 22 damage from a fiery explosion. I'll kill myself and then you! If we use the adjudicating areas of effect table from the Dungeon Master's Guide, a 60-foot sphere divides by 5 to determine its maximum number of possible targets. Hitting 12 targets with a single effect is not too shabby. Characters who succeed on the saving throw take half damage, though all flammable objects in the area are also lit ablaze. Death, however, does not stop a phoenix, because that would be easy. A defeated phoenix turns into an egg-like cinder that is immune to all damage. Hey, that's cheating! Any creature who handles the cinder takes an average of 21 fire damage per round until they relinquish it and a new phoenix is born at full power within 1d6 days. You spend all your energy trying to defeat this thing just to have it spring back to life roughly every 3.5 days. Primitive problems require primitive solutions. Have you ever wanted to create your own gate to the astral plane? Well, put 1 bag of holding into some other magical storage and you've got a great way to dispose of that nasty egg. Or if you just want a long-term solution, use banishment. Granted, a phoenix has +9 to its charisma saving throws and +10 to its wisdom saving throws, but a wizard should have an easy time. Why? Phoenixes have an intelligence score of 2. They're pretty fucking dumb. Now that I've dropped all this on you, there's only one ability left: Siege Monster. In case you haven't seen the extreme destructive power of fire for yourself, a phoenix deals double damage to objects and structures. While this isn't problematic for creatures with the base 1d10 fire damage, a phoenix can ignite objects not worn or carried. Unless extinguished, objects will burn for 2d10 fire damage every 6 seconds, and most objects can't withstand 20d10 fire damage per minute. Stone and metal are not flammable, but don't think they'll save you. Stone can disintegrate at temperatures between 1100 and 1500 Fahrenheit, while steel melts at 2500 Fahrenheit. Luckily for us, fire can reach maximum temperatures of 9000 Fahrenheit, and fire from a magical bird is probably towards the higher end of that spectrum. Too long, didn't listen? Phoenix bad. Phoenix in city equals no more city. Despite boasting an incredible array of abilities, Phoenixes have a basic multi-attack that leaves much to be desired. Phoenixes can make one attack with their beak and one attack with their talons. The average expected damage per round typically includes one instance of fire form damage and is approximately 37 damage. A challenge level 16 creature is expected to deal between 99 and 104 damage per round, so this is pretty f***ing underwhelming for a gargantuan arsonist firebird. Phoenixes can make up some of the damage with their legendary actions and if they fly over a lot of enemy targets, so let's explore both. Legendary actions allow a creature to expend charges to make an attack or take an action at the end of another creature's turn. A Phoenix can take up to 3 legendary actions and receives any expended charges at the start of its next turn. For one legendary action, a Phoenix can move up to its speed either on the ground or in the air. Also for one legendary action, a Phoenix can make a beak attack. If you're a big spender, a Phoenix can expend 2 legendary actions to make an attack with its talons. Given the unimpressive damage increase between a beak attack and a talons attack, a Phoenix using offensive legendary actions should only use beak attacks at the end of 3 other creatures' turns. The damage increase from those beak attacks increases the Phoenix's average expected damage to 82 per round, which is better than 37, but still below our goal of 99 and 104. In order to make up the deficit, the Phoenix would need to fly through 4 additional creatures each round. I say additional because we assume the Phoenix will deal 1d10 fire damage to at least one melee combatant each round. I suppose it's doable, but this will be one of the most mobile opponents your party has ever fought. Or let's be honest, should a Phoenix even waste time fighting your player's characters? Shouldn't it just focus on destroying buildings and razing forests? Well, yes, but you have to take into account that a Phoenix's intelligence score is a 2, which means it's one of the penultimate mouth-breathing milk drinkers. It's entirely a primal, instinctual animal that will retaliate against attackers. A Phoenix won't flee combat when it is near death, and it has little ability to assess its opponents for their ability to defeat it. Remember, a Phoenix isn't afraid of death because it knows it will rebirth at full power in less than a week. In Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, the Phoenix is one of 4 apocalyptic elementals. The other 3 are the Elder Tempest, the Leviathan, and the Zaraton. When left to their own devices, these Elder Elementals wander their chaotic home planes, being randomly destructive heads. However, there is knowledge in ancient temples and scripts typically kept by the Cult of Elemental Evil that allows an incredibly skilled magic user to summon an Elder Elemental. Fortunately for the rest of us, the process is all but guaranteed to destroy the summoner, but having to deal with an apocalyptic elemental being is less than desirable. Elder Elementals are created by what amounts to cannibalism. A particularly strong elemental consumes other weaker elementals of the same type until it eventually grows into a ridiculous-sized being with an equally ridiculous amount of power. This is slightly amusing given all elementals do not require food, air, drink, or sleep. Thankfully, Elder Elementals are incredibly rare. Phoenixes are a very easily recognizable part of ancient Egyptian mythology. Depending on how deeply you'd like to delve, a phoenix's body is depicted in different ways depending on who you ask. How would you feel about a peacock-colored phoenix? Should a phoenix's eyes be yellow or sapphire? Does a phoenix's wings have purple plumes? Do phoenixes have scales on their legs? Is a phoenix similar in size to an eagle, or is it larger than an ostrich? I appreciate the analogy of things dying so they may be born again and think the message is more important than the creature. It's a metaphor to let things go, especially those that actively make life more difficult. A phoenix dies at the end of its life and is reborn young, refreshed, and powerful. When it comes time to close a difficult chapter in life, be reborn at the start of the next. Anyways, what do you think of phoenixes? Let me know in the comments below. A special thank you to my incredible patrons. And thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, share my video on your Twitter, Facebook, or other social media, and make the leap to become one of my patrons on Patreon. I'll see you next time.